Hello, hello, hello. How's it going, everybody? This is Todd, and I have with me Herc. Herc, can you hear me?
I can hear you.
Right on, right on. And I also have Mr. Jason. Mr. Jason, can you hear me?
Yeah, loud and clear.
Right on, sounding good. And Mr. Vanderpaal. How are you?
What?
There he is. All right. Sounding good.
Let's do an audience sound test here. Can everybody hear all four of us? Right on.
Right on. Thank you, Keith. Chris, Bob, JC is back. Sonny, how you doing? Boston Bill. How you doing, Tom? Long time no chat. How's it going, Mo, Murray, Thomas, Scott, Gary, Carl, Hans, David. Oh, back-to-back Davids. That's pretty cool. It's first. Anthony, JW, Bill, Ian, Tim, Keith, Patrick Forbes is back in the house. How you doing, Patrick? I know a lot of you guys are here for, to see some more examples, to see some more, demo builds, I guess, to see some more results. And, more importantly, I would like to know, how you doing, Clay? I would like to know if anyone is on the call this evening who was not with us live or who has not seen the other two webinars. This is kind of your first experience with SERPtech and local. Give me a 1 if that's you. Brand new to this whole rigmarole. What the heck is this? Okay, good. I see a few, but not too many. That's great. That's great. Next question I have for everyone, just so we can get an idea of which way we're going to spin this show tonight, because we're kind of just going to shoot from the hip, and it's going to be all about you guys and what you guys want to learn about and talk about. So give me a 2 if you're on the webinar and you've already purchased SERPtech and local supremacy. Give me a 2. Let me see how many people on here are familiar with the product. Yeah, that's what I thought. There's going to be a lot of people on that are already have it, bought it. Okay, last question. Give me a 3 if you're on the webinar tonight and you have not purchased. Okay, yeah, quite a few 3s as well. Okay, good. So
you guys need more proven or what?
What'd you say, Herc?
These 3s need more proof.
Yeah, maybe so. Okay, well, that's good.
We'll do that for you.
Yeah, well, definitely. The weekend was exciting. I just got back to Texas late last night after a little bit of a delay. We had to find some pilots to fly our plane. I don't know what happened to the first crew, but they decided they weren't flying. I thought that was a bad omen. I'm like, why don't the pilots want to fly this plane? Why do they have to coerce others to get on here? But anyway, made it back a little late last night, but back in Texas. Had a fine time out in Phoenix. You guys should all go out there and visit. It's beautiful weather in late March. It was sunny and just nice and breezy. Wasn't too hot, wasn't too cold. Pretty cool. So made it back last night, and over this weekend, Herc and I, gosh, man, we busted ass. We worked nonstop from the time we woke up to the time we went to bed, minus a little bit. But Herc has some little bit of eating. That's what we were doing. A little bit of pizza. But anyway, so Herc did kind of apply some very basic SEO to a site to see what it would do, and we have some great results to show you guys on that front. And as we mentioned last week, SERPtech is a great way to establish lots and lots of content, lots and lots of great relevant content with incredible on-page SEO and interlinking. That's why we are seeing so many first-page rankings within 24 hours. Now, as we mentioned before, most of you who are our past customers, clients, have been following us for a while, been attending some of our training webinars, have seen some of our coaching. I mean, you do know how to do some, very basic SEO that is not difficult at all to do. And so we applied some of that, And so we're going to go over and show you some of those results as well this evening. I think you're going to be quite surprised at what little effort it takes in order to really get these sites moving in the right direction. So we're going to go over that. We're going to answer all of your questions. And what else? Yeah, I guess that's basically it. Just show you some more sites and do some Q&A. Hopefully we won't be on there too long. I think that we'll probably be on here for about an hour, hour and a half at the most. Okay, guys. So so yeah, I guess that's all I have. I'll let Herc and Jason and Steven have at it.
I have one more note to add to that as well, and that's that Steven has been hard at work as well, and we already have an update for you guys, a cool update. I know Jason has some crazy updates coming too. He posted in our Skype chat all the fucking bastard. I just finished doing all these training videos, and Jason gives me like a whole bunch more training videos to do because of all these new features that are already coming to SERPtech. And then Steven also has a big update coming to the local Supremacy integration plugin. So everybody that's in, it's already getting better, which is really, really cool for you guys. And let me start here, guys. Okay. A lot of the common questions, the members area, okay, where do you access it? It's SERPtech. It's SERP.tech. I'm going to copy this link into your chat box. Okay. Here we go. Where's my chat? Here we go. Okay, this link I'm putting in your guys' chat box is where you log into SERP.tech to get to this members area. This members area is going to be where all your training videos are, right here under this little what do you call it, graduation cap, I guess. We've broken up the training into installing, setting it up, building your sites, indexing your sites, and troubleshooting videos are coming. But I do want to talk to you guys about a couple of things that we're seeing a lot of people do that you shouldn't do. Number one is the number of tags. When you're uploading your CSV file, the number of tags, keep that to about 15. I know some people doing 200, 500. When you guys put that many tags in your build, you're going to notice your site's crashing. You're choking off your server resources, because what's happening is if you have 200 cities and 500 tags, it's going to build 500 tags on each of those 200 pages. It's going to end up being like 10,000 tags that WordPress has to build, and it's going to crash your site. So keep that down. That is now in the building step in the one of the videos, in the training videos, we talked about the tags. But yeah, keep it down, guys. Don't try. The reason these things work is because we're building small. We're not trying to do, 50,000 page sites. We're doing really small sites, and we're getting indexed. We're flying under the radar of Google. We're indexing really fast. We're ranking. Then when your tags kick in, that's where you start going from having 300 pages indexed to thousands of pages indexed because of your tagging URLs. So under these troubleshooting videos, one thing I want to talk to you guys about is if you're learning, okay, trust me on this, the more builds you do, the better you're going to get at them, because you're going to start understanding, how URL structures are going to look, how your sites are going to look. Just keep building. Trust me on that. Keep building it. I have 10 builds under my belt, or 11 or something like that now, and I'm getting better every single time. But here's one thing I want to say to you guys: when you're building and you're not sure how things are going to work out, I would start with this, okay? Use about 5 cities, use about 5 keywords, use about 5 tags, okay? Because you're building really, really small, but you're going to get the idea of what your sites are going to look like. And if you screw them up, it's very, very easy to delete those, okay? It's only 5 pages, 5 tags, 5 cities. Very, very quick, very, very easy to delete. Whereas if you guys go and put in a whole site with hundreds of keywords, hundreds of locations and tags and stuff like that, and then you go to try and delete that, you're probably going to be off. Better to just delete your WordPress database and start over from scratch. So as a test, start with very, very minimal amounts, okay? If you're new and learning and you're not confident, 5 keywords, 5 tags, 5 locations, that will help you kind of get the idea. Now, if you do build a big site, and I know a lot of people out there have already built a lot of big sites, and you need to delete them, there's a couple really good plugins that you can use. There's WP Bulk Delete. There's another, just Google Bulk Delete. There's another one, Tag. There's the WP Tag Delete. For some people I've seen do like 100,000 tags, and you just can't delete that many tags without automation. So there's just search WordPress for those plugins. I think I actually have them in one of my sites. Let's just go over there and check that. While we're at it, this site, guys, was one of the sites that I built early, and I just want to show you how many site indexations are happening. We have 5,000, almost 5,000 pages indexing. I did put a very sparse amount of default schema on it, so you can see we have star ratings starting to pop up now through Project Supremacy. And this is the rankings here for this site. And you can see it's really kicked in. You're seeing lots and so many number ones and number twos now. Everything's bumping up. Everything's going higher and higher. And it's just awesome. Okay, so it's really working. And let me get back into this site so I can show you guys those plugins, because it's going to help you out. And I will put this in the members area as well. All right. Okay, so this is for anybody that builds too big and wants to delete. Okay, you just search WP bulk delete. Oh, I'm in the wrong area. I'm searching my own plugins. Hang on one second. And I know for anyone that doesn't have this, you're kind of like, why are you talking about this shit right now? It'll matter when you guys get it. Right here, there's WP bulk delete, bulk delete. Either of these two plugins work. I've tested them both. They're both really good. And then William, I believe, talked about tag deleting for people, because tags are the really big ones. They get really big. But I'll put that stuff in the members area for you. So all your training videos are in there now. Please watch them before you build. I've chunked them up into really small bits. The longest video is only like 7 minutes, so make sure you watch this before you go out there and build as well. But other than that, guys, if you're not in the SERPtech group, okay, I'll put this link in there for you as well. I saw some people say they're not in this group. I'm going to post that in the chat box as well. There you go. Request access into this group. You're going to see a lot of results in here. I'm going to go to that in a second. I'm going to show you guys some of the members that have been getting results already. The quick adopters and quick users of the plugin. I'll go to SERPtech testies here. I should have put up my little testies. Okay, so we got Chris here. All right, 310 posts manually checked on Google. Loads of page 1 listings and page 2 listings. He's only tried a few keywords and tags. You best get this pointing to a website using local supremacy. So there's one cool one. Here's another one from Marzano. I don't know if you guys are on the call, but thanks for posting this stuff for us. Did a SERPtech build last night at about 4:30 a.m. Took about an hour or more on the build. Pretty good, an hour, not too bad. Woke up this morning, 5 hours later. The very first search he did had the entire page of results. He owned the entire first page of Google on his one of his first builds. He hasn't taken over 10 spots in 09, so that's another really cool result. This one is Martin. Just put his keywords into his rank tracker for the first time. He has 13 number 1, not page 1, but number 1 positions for the most difficult keyword. As they index, they hit number 1 within 23 hours. He's got 13 first page positions for difficult keywords, which is awesome because difficult keywords can be tough to rank. William Smith, another site that he put up 21 hours ago. It's hitting page 1. I think William Smith submitted this one first. Built 30 posts on his first site on Friday night, and now there are 15 page 1 rankings for this site. Most of the other ones are on page 2. His goal is to build 5 sites a day. And guys, as you're getting better at building these sites, they're faster and faster to build. As you really understand it, you can almost like copy template from one site to another site. To another site, and all that you're changing is like the content and the images and the keywords and the locations, of course. But as far as like what shortcodes you're using on the builder, it almost gets very template-ish, and it's really quick. So Ryan did a second build this morning. Essentially, like I just said here, essentially a duplication of the first one in a new domain with some minor tweaks to keywords and tags. Ran the indexer at 7:30 a.m. Around 1:30, he was doing a search with some keywords from his first build and saw that the second was already indexing and ranking for some. only 6 hours after the build. So it can happen really, really fast, you guys. It's when I say 24 to 48 hours, I mean, I don't want to go out there and tell everyone that it can happen in 6, but it can. It does happen very, very quickly. You can say that he found a few of the smaller cities with some buyer-focused keywords, like keywords plus quotes or cost or estimate. We're doing really, really well, which are great buyer keywords. So like plumber cost, plumber estimate, those are definitely going to convert. In more than one instant, he had as much as 8 spots on the first page between his 2 builds, and we showed you something similar to that in the first 2 webinars where Jason has 2 sites in the same niche, and they're just killing everybody else. They take up the whole first page. So we have a couple members already dominating the first page. We have a whole bunch of members getting results really, really fast, hitting #1s. It just works, guys. It just plain works. All you got to do is go out there and build these sites, and it absolutely works. Okay, so that kind of covers the proof. Is anybody on here that hasn't bought it yet? Do you guys, are you starting to see the power? Did you guys miss this on webinar 1 and 2? Hopefully the cool thing about these testimonials, guys, is these aren't you know, Jason or I building these. These are guys that bought yesterday or 2 days ago now, and they're out there building and they're getting their rankings. So it's absolutely awesome. I do want to send you guys the link for anybody that's on here that hasn't seen the replays of the first 2 webinars. I'm going to pop this link in your chat right now, and you definitely want to watch these, because what they are is webinar 1. Right here you can see webinar 1. I actually built the site live. Okay, I proved that I registered the domain that morning, and then I built the site live on that webinar to show you kind of how the builder works and how easy it is and how nicely laid out it is and everything and how quick it can happen. So the webinar was like an hour, and I built the site within an hour while explaining how to do it. So it is pretty easy to do. And then what we did for the second webinar, if you click on this link, webinar 2, I'll pop the webinar replay link for anyone that hasn't seen it into your chat box. But on webinar 2, what we did is we proved the results of the build. So Wednesday is when we built it. Friday we came back on to show the results of that webinar, and that's on webinar 2. Okay, and this is where we put the offer out. But if you missed it all, definitely come in and watch both of those webinars, and you'll get a better idea of what it is we're actually selling here. Because what I don't want to do is go through the entire process again of webinar 1 and 2 when it's really already there for you. And what else is there? Steven, are you still on?
Yeah, I'm alright. I'm just checking out support.
You guys are answering questions like crazy. Okay, I want to show you guys something, okay? In webinar 2, we talked about all the different stuff that Steven's software, Local Supremacy, can do. And that's basically the overlay software. Okay, and we can overlay, we can skin, we can hang a for rent sign, we can rent out YouTube videos, and Steven had a plugin built that you get inside of your Local Supremacy area where you just hook it up, okay? You just pop in your username and hook it up. But what Steven has now is he's built a second plugin that's builds off that first one, okay? So I'm gonna let Steven, are you able to show that right now or no?
Yeah, if you give me the screen, I can quickly show it.
Let me do that for you. We'll show you guys the first update that's already happening. So let me pass this over to Steven. Here you go.
Just for Lenny, I'll get back to you in a second after this. Okay, so can you see my screen at the moment?
1.
Oh wait, what did I do now? Go away. Alright, so here we are. This is the new version of the plugin. This is basically what you see after you install the new version. And so I kind of, don't tell Herc, but I kind of hijacked his account just for a second. I'm logged in here as Herc, as you can see. So what you do is you go to Settings, and you would need the username, of course. So I'm just going to copy that to here. And then there's something new, because before you only needed the username, but now you also need the API key, which is found here. So just select that, copy, and then copy that here. And then all you need to do is press Connect Local Supremacy. And there you go. Now it looks a little bit different than before. This part is the same, but here all this, the asset integrator / builder, is completely new. And what it does is it lists all the posts, all the pages, all the tag pages, and all the categories in different boxes. And so what you can do directly from here is just create an asset name, WP test Steve right here, and I can select, for example, like as you can see, if I select a category here, it will also automatically select all the posts in that particular category, or I can just unselect all here, and just select a few here, and select a few here, whatever, and then just save and sync with local supremacy. And your new asset has been added to your account. That means you can see it in this list, WP Test Steve. You can edit it here as well. And then if we go to Manage SERP Assets, you can see WP Test Steve, which I just created. And if I edit it, there you go, the pages of that particular block. I just inserted it. So that's the new version. You can just really easily create your assets from within your WordPress website using the new plugin. And that's it.
Awesome.
That's it. You like?
This is like 3 days. What's that?
You like?
Love. I love that it's 3 days after the initial release of the software. We already have a major update.
Oh yeah, and
it guys a ton of time too. Like it just hooks these two softwares together so quickly, so easily, and allow you. I know that there's been a few questions coming in, people asking me, how do I rent out an entire state to a client, or how do I rank out a certain city only to a client? And this will help you set up your local supremacy to be able to do that a lot quicker. But one thing I also want to go over, and Stephen, maybe keep the screen here, I'd rather you present this, is how to use wildcards in order to do basically anything you need to do with these big builds. Show people what wildcards is for and how they can use them in their site.
Sure. Yeah, I can try to explain it in as non-technical as possible. You might be a little bit better in explaining it non-technically, but I'll definitely give it a go.
I'll follow up after you're done.
Yeah. Okay, that's cool. So just like if you want to download a new plugin, just go to Training and then Bonus, and then I'll get you over here. Well, actually, it will get you over here in the WordPress integration plugin. It's over there to download.
And for people that want to update, do they just download the new update and upload that, or do you have a WordPress update?
Over here, upgrading for once. Like, there's no automatic upgrading in this plugin just yet. We might add that in the future, but just follow these 5 steps here, and you're all good to go. Okay,
that's for you, Moriar. That's how you update the plugin.
Yeah. Okay, so the wildcard solution. Well, first of all, before I start explaining it right here, I do also want to mention that it is explained somewhere in the user guides, probably. Let me see if I can find it so quickly. And if it's not there, we should probably add it soon. But there's quite a few. Yeah, here, over here. There's all kinds of stuff on my screen you guys can see, but my screen is not too big right now. Okay, advanced asset pages, import, sitemaps, and group URLs. I'm calling it group URLs or wildcard URLs. It's basically the same thing. So there is a training for it. So if you want to check it out slowly after this webinar, for example, you can just go inside of the training and visit this training item right here. All right, that's set. So what you do is you just go to Add Site, and I'm just going to go and do a completely fictional one because I haven't prepared any example here, but just give it a name, Mr. Plumber, and what you do is create a special URL like this, mrplumber.com/ Texas, and I want to rent out all the sites. Let's say I have a whole site from subdivided in Texas, and then subdivided in all the major cities or even smaller cities. And some huge ass Mr. Plumber client comes along and he says to me, okay, so I want to rent the whole state of Texas from you, and I want you to send all of the leads that you generate directly to my business. So instead of adding all the different cities like one by one in one asset, where you get like a huge list of URLs that you all have to set up, etc., you can do something way easier, which is star, and then you put in a comma, and then well, this can be a little bit confusing, but it actually makes a lot of sense if you just give it a few seconds to go over, and then you put in a website that actually exists. So for example, let's say Dallas, because Dallas is an actual page that exists. So if you would enter it in your browser, it would be mrplumber.com/Texas/Dallas. No, Dallas. That would be, this one over here would be an actual website. If you visit it, it will show you the website for Dallas. So all of that's necessary. This value after the comma needs to be a value of a website that actually, a web page on your website that actually exists. And then all you do is just add the asset, and it's added to your account. And then you basically, anything that you can replace with that star there, so Dallas or Houston or I don't know, whatever cities are in Texas, will fall under this particular group URL, and you can set one revenue funnel for all those URLs. You can set just one overlay, etc., and you can rent it out to one particular customer. Does that make sense?
You guys, I'll tell you this, the integration of it might not make sense right now. Like when Steven explained it to me, it was a little bit confusing, but what it allows you to do, guys, is, let's say, you know, let's just focus on Texas, okay, and let's focus on Dallas, Texas. When you guys are building out these sites, you're not going to just rank one URL or two URLs or three URLs for different Dallas keywords. You might end up ranking for hundreds of Dallas URLs on your page. And then you have a client that comes, okay, now let's assume that you have 100 URLs that deal with Dallas and different keywords in Dallas, Texas. And you have a client that comes along and says, listen, I want to scoop up everything that's related to Dallas. What the wildcard is going to allow you to do, okay, is rent out every page that has the keyword Dallas on it with one. You don't have to scrape all 100 URLs into local supremacy. You set up one wildcard URL, and boom, magic presto, every URL that has the word Dallas in it is rented to that particular client. Okay, that's the point of these wildcards, and it's a really, really killer, powerful use for that system. It just saves you a lot of time, because you don't want to one at a time go in and, you know, put in the URL and then rent it to the client, put in the URL, rent it to the client, put in the URL, rent it to the client. Yeah, exactly, Bob. Easy peasy.
So here I just added another example with just a little different URL structure, where like masterplumber.com/Texas/the star, whatever you want it to be, -emergency-plumbing, and then Dallas is a possible existing value you would substitute. Is that a word? For substitute, yeah, that's the one I was looking for. Substitute for that little star there. So in this structure, you would have masterplumber.com Texas/Houston emergency plumbing, or Texas emergency, Dallas emergency plumbing, and whatever city you can think of. And you can get really creative with that. So it's basically limited to your imagination on how you want to structure URLs, and also renting out your asset, basically.
Yeah, good eye. He forgot the comma. Good eye, Clay. Oh no, he did have the comma.
I do have the comma here.
Yeah, so let me explain what this setting says to you guys. It says everything. Okay, so the star means everything that has the words emergency plumbing in the URL that's in Dallas. So that's why he's saying you can be creative. So if maybe you had different kinds of clients. Maybe you had an emergency plumbing client, and you also had a leaky pipes client. There's, for some reason, you could say everyone that has emergency plumbing in Dallas goes to one client, and everyone that has leaky pipes in Dallas goes to another client. Does that make sense? So you not only can like create it just by a city, but you can also create wildcard by a keyword. Yeah, exactly, Bob. Yeah. So it'll take you guys a bit of practice, but you will get used to it.
Yeah, you can turn it around as well, right? So, for example, like if you want everything just to do with Dallas, then you do this, Dallas, and then all the services you can think of. Okay, like that, emergency plumbing. So this means that you are basically targeting all the services, but limited to Dallas. So Texas, Dallas, dash star, and the star can be anything. Again, emergency plumbing is one existing example, but it can also be Dallas dash leaking pipes, Dallas dash I don't know,
bathtub
plumber. I don't know. Yeah, whatever you want.
Depends what you put in your keyword lists, really.
Yeah.
So that's it. That's kind of it, guys. Like for the surprise, like there's a new local plugin, or sorry, there's the new integrate plugin already, which is going to help you set up stuff for assets really quickly. We're still getting more and more amazing results from members. But what I want to do is, I see there's a ton of questions in here, but I also noticed that a ton of them are like from users who already have the plugin. And really, what I want to focus on is users who kind of need more information in order to get inside. So anybody that has any questions about the plugin that's not in yet, can you post those in the group, and we'll just kind of open it up to a Q&A for people that want to get the plugin, but they need to get some questions answered. And then later on, I guess we can turn this into more of a Q&A for more features and stuff like that. Oh, good one, Thomas. Okay, the coupon, guys. So when you guys go and watch webinar 1 and 2, there is a coupon once you get to the sales page, okay, and it's in the bottom of the screen. It's on a timer right now. That coupon to get the $100 off is going to end tonight at midnight Pacific Standard Time, and that coupon is 100 off. Okay, I'll put that in the chat box. Okay, Todd already, or somebody already put that in there. But yeah, guys, use the coupon 100 off. You will see the timer. And that timer is not fake. That 100 off coupon will change tonight at midnight. That 997 with 100 off will go away. Todd, should we talk about the other little surprise right now? Because I see the question coming up, actually.
Yeah, it has been asked a couple of times, and I have.
Should we cover it then?
Well, I was going to let you get through all the new training and all that stuff, and towards the end. But yeah, if you want to, it's fine.
So, guys, what's going to happen here tonight is, I know a lot of people were either not able to take advantage of the PayPal credit. A lot of overseas buyers, obviously, that do want it. So what we're going to do, this $100 off coupon for the 997 front end ends tonight at midnight, but we're going to switch that over to a 3-pay option. Okay, so what we're going to do is 3 times 397. Okay, so it'll work the same way. Basically, you can get it on a payment option of 3 times 397, but after you pay your 397, you'll still have to choose which package you want. So, Steven, do you mind? I'm going to steal that screen back from you.
Yeah, go ahead.
All right. Here, clean. Okay. So I'm just going to head over to that link, guys, and explain this one more time for anyone that's kind of not sure about it. So this is the page where you can come and buy everything. So this 997 one-time fee is gonna, oh god, I'm clicking on it to go buy it. It's gonna turn to a 3 times 397 tonight at 1 p.m. or 1 a.m. Pacific Standard Time. Okay, so you'll sign up for that. Then you have to choose your package of either $47 a month or $97 a month after you make your payment for the 3 pay for the initiation fee. The difference between the $4.7 per month and the $9.7 per month is with the $4.7 per month, you're going to get 250 available installs of SERPtech. So that means you can install that plugin on up to 250 sites. But with us on local supremacy, you're going to be able to have 250 assets. Okay, and what an asset is, it's basically a billable client. So if you have a site and you rent out the entire site to a single client, that's a single asset. But you can also split up a site. Let's say you do Dallas goes to one client, and Phoenix goes to another client. That's 2 assets. Okay, so think of an asset as just something that you're billing out to a client. So the $47 a month is going to get you 250 installs for SERPtech and 250 assets for local supremacy. The $97 a month is the one that is kind of the big offer for all of our members, because you guys are all coming from Supremacy products. You're going to get 9,999, which is as much as unlimited as we can go. You're going to get that many installable domains for SERPtech and that many assets for local supremacy. But you'll also get the white label module for with the 9.7, and you'll see it on the other page when you actually have to choose this. You'll also get a white label module for local supremacy, and all the white label module is going to, well, not all it's going to do, but what it's going to do is allow you to create the back end in your business image. Okay, so emails will be sent from you@yourbusiness.com. The logo will be your business. It'll look like, when you're sending out your billing stuff for your clients, it'll look like it's yours. Instead of saying local supremacy, which is kind of like the third party, it'll be all your stuff. So that's only for the 99. The 99 is our big granddaddy. It's our big unlimited, even though it's not really unlimited. But if anyone gets to 9,999 rentable assets and you come back to me and you say, I'm full, I will give you another 9,999. How about that? Does that sound fair to everybody? I'd be so impressed if anyone got to that.
10,000 domains, that would be great.
10,000 installs.
We used to do that, though, back in the day. Hey, guys, and so I also just want to be clear about this. You know, it's obviously the best price is what we're offering right now is $100 off of the 997. We know the 3 pay is a little bit more expensive, but hopefully it's affordable. The reason why you don't just actually see it right now is because Deal Guardian is transitioning to some new technology, and they're not allowing us, we did not know this until last Friday. We put in a request last Tuesday, almost a week ago, to have this kind of thing in motion, but they said no. And then we finally found out on Friday that they had new technology coming out, and they're just not allowing us to build any more new buy buttons. So we're going to leave this up until midnight. I heard Herc say Pacific Standard Time, which is fine. I think I told many of you Eastern Standard Time, but if it's Pacific, it gives you a couple more hours to make that happen. Also, hold on a second. I got some passerbyers.
You need the red light. You need the red light.
Yeah, I do. Bye-bye, Bryson. My grandkids are leaving. Yeah, so anyway, I guess all I'm trying to say is that right now it's $100 off 997. We are actually going to change this buy button to 3 times 397 because it's the only way we can do it. So that's the reason for doing it the way we're doing it right now, and that's the only reason for that. So.
Okay, that's the other thing too, guys, is the bonuses. You get one of the. You also get one of any of the 3 of these bonuses, and all 3 of these bonuses work really well with the combination of SERPtech and local supremacy. The 8-week, I'll explain each one of these so that you guys, because I know a lot of people are like, which one will work best? But the 8-week rank and rent training was a training that Todd and I did, where we took a site and we ranked the site all the way from being registered all the way to ranked on Google, which is funny because that took us 8 weeks back then, and now we have SERPtech, which is helping us do it in 24 hours for a lot more keywords than this. But it doesn't change the fact, guys, that there is a lot of solid SEO practice inside of this that'll help you guys if that's the way you want to go. There's Todd gives away his PBN building course in there as well. It's just a really good starter SEO course. So for anyone that doesn't really understand SEO and what it means, that might be the one for you. It'll teach you the core concepts of SEO in a local space. And by a local space, I mean ranking out a site for a service in a particular city. Now, I know SERPtech does that, but this is going to help you completely understand that and will make you a better builder with SERPtech as well. The keyword supremacy credits, if you choose those, this is a great piece of software because obviously in SERPtech you need to target different keywords, and keyword research is part of the process, and keyword supremacy can help you with that. We do have a local database in keyword supremacy so that you can see what cities are getting, you know, search volume for whatever keyword. So we're going to give you 150 keyword supremacy credits so that you can do a lot of killer keyword research in that tool if you want that one. And then Project Supremacy is Todd and I's initial product that we ever released together. This is the start of it all for us right here is PSV2. We'll give you a 5-site license of Project Supremacy. And what that'll allow you to do is create, you install Project Supremacy and you control all the titles and the descriptions across all your pages very easily. Otherwise, you'd have to use lesser plugins like Yoast or something like that. Not that Yoast is a bad plugin, it's just Project Supremacy does a hell of a lot more. For instance, if you guys want to get, let me do this once again. If you guys want to get these star ratings, you need to use something called Schema, okay? And Project Supremacy does that. It took me literally 13 seconds to add Schema to every page on my site after it was built. Okay, it only took like 13 seconds, and then your results can start showing up with stars. So that's Project Supremacy. So when you guys pick up any of the packages, let me get back over there, you get a choice of one of these bonuses as well. Okay, and those will be delivered inside your local supremacy bonus area. Okay, you'll choose the one that you want, and then inside your local supremacy account, you'll go into training bonus, okay, and the bonus that you selected will be in there. Bob, could I speak about the usability for affiliate and CPA AdSense stuff? For SERPtech, I'm assuming. Yes, SERPtech isn't, now we speak a lot about local guys because SERPtech kind of, you know, it was really designed more for ranking for local markets, but that doesn't at all mean that you can't take it and build out an affiliate site like launch jacking. I know Jason talked a lot about building out launch jacking sites where your keywords are like all the keywords that all you see all those launch jackers go after, like bonus, scam, review, the author of the product's name, all that stuff. You can actually target all those. So you could actually go to something like muncheye.com, see all the products that are coming up and organize by products and launch jack a shit ton of products all at once. Let me give you an example of this. And JVs are gonna love this if you guys start doing this, because you're gonna. So what you could do is go like, okay, scroll down, you know, a little further down. So we know that in June here, okay, we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 big launches coming out in June. So what you can do is you can, as your, instead of a state, you can do Review Trust, Social Spy, Vidello, Silent Siphon, AutoNars, Cash Generator, Post Rotator. You can take all the products, okay, and make those your state. And underneath them, you can do keywords like bonus, review, all that kind of stuff. So you can use it in kind of an affiliate aspect. You can also do, rather than launch jacking, you can do affiliate marketing. I built a site where I was targeting weight loss, different weight loss terms, and instead of a state, I was using, so I was going after weight loss supplements, pills, capsules, tablets, stuff like that. So you do have to be, I would recommend for anyone that wants to use it for affiliate, you master the local side of things first so that you understand what your CSVs are supposed to look like, what your keywords should be, what your states and your cities, meaning when you go to affiliate, they won't be states and cities, they'll be more like product and sub-product or whatever. Just build out local so that you understand how to build. Once you're really good at that, it'll be easy for you to go after affiliate terms as well, or launch jack terms, or AdSense sites or any kind of stuff like that. That all works really well as well. Great question, Bob. Whoop, there we go. Does SERPtech create or support a silo structure? Rick Dawes, yes, SERPtech does create a silo structure, a beautiful one. I actually created a nice graphic that I want to load up now that you've asked that, okay? For the training videos, I was saying, you know, it's really helpful if you guys understand the concept of what you're doing instead of just like what you're doing, and you really understand what it's going to build, but sometimes it's hard to visualize that. So I put together just a basic mind map. I think it was this one right here. Okay, and this is basically it. This is it. Let me go to present here so that I can get this nice and big for you. So what SERPtech is helping you do, guys, is build out a site like this with the click of a button. Okay, every site has a home page. That home page should link to your category pages. So whether it be like if you were going after Arizona, California, and Texas, those would become your categories. Okay, so you link from your home page to your categories. You link from your categories to all the posts underneath your categories, and your posts are going to be your cities. So if this is Arizona, your post is going to be like Phoenix, Tucson. In California, it's going to be like Los Angeles, San Diego, shit like that, right? So you link from your homepage to your categories, you link each of your categories to your posts, and you link your posts back to the top of your category, which is what? That's a silo structure, right? So this is the basic build that that SERPtech does. Now it does a lot more cool shit than what I'm showing you here with the tags feature, but this is the basic strategy that SERPtech is using. But the killer side of things, when you guys first index your sites, this is the stuff that shows up. Okay, so that's why some of you are like, hey, I thought this was supposed to like index 5,000 pages, but I only see like 400. This is what shows up first. It's the magic tags later on that takes your sites from, you know, 500 index pages to 5,000. So that just happens automagically. Mackie, is it possible to build out a few states at a time so you don't end up with a 5K page site overnight? There's a couple options there. You can build just a single state and build that, and then come back a week later and build another state and index that, and then come back a week later and build that. But Jason, I believe, is working on a post scheduler and as well as an index scheduler, so that the whole process is more of a drip fed nature. But I will tell you this, until it stops working, that you're getting tons of rankings super fast, why would you want to go slower, I guess? I'm sure there's reasons that people will have, but until that happens, I don't know. I'll build big. But it's a great question, though, because it is like you are thinking ahead, you know what I mean? You're thinking ahead of the problems that could come up, so. Does SERPtech come with a US cities database? It does not at the moment, but that is another. Jason, are you on there, man? Do you want to come on and talk about the updates that you have coming for SERPtech?
Do we really want to give away all the secrets? We're going to spoil the surprises.
Yes. I don't want to tell them how it does what it does, but I do want to tell people what's coming.
Okay.
If we
so
can kind of manage that.
Yeah. All right. Let's just touch on some of the updates. So some of the guys wanted to obviously append more posts after the build, and like I said, what we're doing is adding that feature to the plugin. In addition to that, what we are adding is the geo areas into the plugin itself. So at the moment, we've currently got 20 countries, I think, in total. Obviously, we're going to be adding those as we go on. So what you will have is the choice to upload your own CSVs or to pull directly from the database. In addition to that, some guys have said, you know, they want to overlay, but they don't want to overlay all the time. So we've been working hard behind the scenes, and we're bringing out a page builder. So have any of you seen, is it Divi?
Yeah, I think a lot of people are familiar with
Yeah.
Webby.
Okay. So basically, what it will do is give you, a beautiful looking sort of landing page with obviously call to action, and it will still be the same great ranking results, but just a very beautiful looking page without having to. Yeah, I can see. Yeah, okay, cool. Yeah, so that's coming out as well. So like Kirk said, there's a lot of updates coming out. It's not something that's going to be here today, gone tomorrow. We've been working very hard behind the scenes in terms of local supremacy and also SERPtech. And it's just going to get bigger and better. We are even improving the indexer as well. So at the moment it's formatted in a certain way, and we've basically by accident we discovered another way to kind of really kickstart these sites. So at the moment what you have is the processes. You go through, you build your site, you hit that index button. Within 10 to say 20 minutes, you can have potentially 500 to 1,000 URLs indexed. Now, what we've discovered is a way to kind of keep forcing that process over and over and over again, which obviously means you index out your whole site even quicker. So, yeah, some exciting times ahead, really. I think for those that got in at the initial price structure, you got an absolute bargain, like the screenshot said, it's been since 2009 since someone was able to go in and dominate the whole of the first page. And I've seen guys take page 1, page 2, and page 3 with one site. So imagine if you start building 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 of these sites, it gets pretty crazy.
Awesome, thanks, man. So lots of good shit coming still, guys. And this is, honestly, guys, this is the best price you're gonna get. You guys are our members. You all know, or at least you should all know, that when Todd and I release products to you guys, you will get the best deals. You will always get the best deals before anybody else in the general public. So these are the best deals. If you want to wait until we release it publicly, you can, but the price will go up, and the assets will go down. That's the other thing. This 9999 is not. It's you guys only that are going to get that. We know you guys love the unlimited shit.
Oh, and by the way, for those of you that are curious, I just had this question pop up and I totally forgot myself. It's only $1 for the first month. It doesn't say it right there. I thought it would or should. But yeah, guys, it's after the first 30 days that you're charged that monthly fee, by the way. So your one-time fee is currently includes your first month. So just wanted to be clear about that. Lenny is over here, and we've been conversing about it, and we just realized that it wasn't clear that first month's included, other than $1.
Let me go after this big brick.
Hey, Herc,
yeah.
I'm sorry, I've been head down typing a lot here, trying to answer all the questions as you're talking as well. About the cities, everyone's looking for databases of cities, and I know that when we built Keyword Supremacy, it was also something that we dove into. And could you briefly give them a few pointers? I think eventually we're going to work on SERPtech and supplying some of these things, but they're not really that hard to find if you just do some Google searches. Herc, do you have any, from memory, do you have some places that we've used in the past? Here we go. So
I'll put this link in your chat box, guys.
Yeah, I knew we had something cool like that. Okay, good. Yeah. Let's remember to put this in the a link to this in the SERPtech members area as well, and we might need to record a little bit of tutorial on how to get this stuff out and stuff. But yeah, so right there, guys, a simple Google search. You have to do a little digging, but they're definitely out there. There's definitely already free databases of cities in every country and every state in the world. You just have to do a little bit of digging, and you will find them. Sometimes you'll find Liddy. Sometimes you'll find lists of cities based on population, which is always good to know. Bigger the city, more population, obviously more traffic. Little ones, don't discount the little ones. Little ones will rank faster, and there's always traffic to be had in little ones as well. People are people. Just because you live in a small town doesn't mean you have different searches. Does everybody see this?
So what I'm doing here, guys. All I'm doing, if I want to go after an area and I don't know all the towns, Google's your friend. Okay, all Canadian cities by population, and just there's Wikipedia, there's that MySQL dumpster that I showed you guys. Google is your friend. It'll help you get all the info that you need. Okay, here's another one.
Now, while Herc's searching right here, I also want to make a couple of other comments about, looking up these cities. And, I've just seen the question over and over again. And, I've thought about this over the last little bit here. And one thing you have to understand that when you're making these sites, and we've run into this issue over the weekend, someone comes in and puts in, 1,000 cities and 10,000 keywords and 5,000 tags and says, oh, it broke. Like, yeah, well, that's a lot of stuff going on there. I mean, that's too much stuff. You should not be the days of stuffing that many pages and posts or all that into one site are kind of over. I mean, we used to do that absolutely, and used to work really, really well. But those days are behind us, and what you need to do is be a little bit more surgical, a little bit smaller. I mean, if you take like the state of Texas, I mean, I would probably break the state of Texas down into somewhere between 5 and 10 different regions per 88-cent domain. Okay, so now I'm spending $5. Yes, I have to build out 5 sites, but I think you're going to get a lot more mileage out of doing it that way, as opposed to trying to build some 5,000 and 10,000 page site. If you've had any experience doing this kind of thing over the last couple of years, you'll know, and I guarantee you, if anybody in here understands what I'm saying and has been down this road before, please back me up. I won't call you out. I'm not calling your first name out, but I know there's people in this group that understand that part of doing this kind of stuff. So yeah, right there, Greg says, don't put all your eggs in one basket. If one side goes down, and it can happen, we are talking about ranking in Google, and if you've done this longer than a month or two, you understand that you don't control that. They do. And that's just the way it goes. We're playing their game. That's fine, but don't put all your eggs in one basket. We know for a fact that these 88-cent domains rank really well and stay indexed and stay ranking for quite some time. So spread it out. Have a little bit of patience, and you're going to get better and better at building these sites. More and more and more, instead of trying to build one giant one and then it going broke and breaking your hosting, and then you're frustrated and you're upset that nothing works. So be careful when you go out there and you scrape 10,000 cities in a country. I do not advise you to try and stuff those all into one domain. Mark my words on that and save yourself a lot of aggravation.
Herc, would you be able to show the guys here once more the mini trial setup and the flow there?
Sorry, I was muted. Yeah.
88-cent domains at Namecheap, Paul. They got a lot of different kinds. There's a tab at the top. I think it says 88-cent domains. After you type in some keyword or something that you're trying to look for, even if you type in the .com version, you're going to get, it's going to pull back a bunch of 88, the same name with .online, .pro, .this, .that, and they're 88 cents. So.
Okay, so while Herc is kind of setting up to show the mini trial once more, where the name of the person, the potential renter, is actually gonna show on the website, which is really cool. I saw the question from somebody asking, what's the difference between overlay and an overlay plus? Now the real difference here is very technical, so I don't want to bore you with that too much. But a normal overlay uses an iframe technology. That means it is working on the live site from the renter, from whatever customer is in there. And whenever they click a link on that website, it loads in that particular iframe, so the user stays on your domain, so to say. And with the overlay plus, what happens, we actually the technical word is we use a proxy, and we basically grab that website and actually completely replace the host website with the other content, making it more invisible and safe. But that also means whenever a visitor clicks on any link on an overlay plus website, they will actually be redirected to the domain of whoever is renting. I hope that kind of clarifies the difference between overlay and overlay plus.
Good. Thanks, Stephen.
So guys, let me demo for Stephen here the process that would happen to a potential buyer. Okay. Now, if I owned a pool resurfacing company in Phoenix and I was any sort of smart business owner, I would want to know, number one, where do I rank for my company in Google, and where do my competitors rank? So I would be doing my own searching on Google. I mean, you're a business owner, you want to know this shit. So let's say I owned a pool company and I typed in pool resurfacing Phoenix, okay? And I see this guy ranking number 2 and 3, and he's got stars. So he's kind of standing out over everybody else because he has 2 listings on the front page and one of them has stars. So I'm going to click on that, okay? And this already has the overlay on it, okay? The local supremacy is already on. Now let's say my name is Mr. Business, okay? Your best email is, let's just say johnson@johnson.com. My phone number is 789-789-797. And the website, let's actually go choose a real business here. Let me back out of this for a second. I'm going to go send somebody some free business right now, okay? Let's say this was the guy I'm looking at, but my company is We Fix Ugly Pools, okay? So remember, I'm We Fix Ugly Pools, and I'm like, ah, shit, this guy's kicking my ass. So I click on his site. This pops up, and he says, okay, I'm going to put in my site, We Fix Ugly Pools. Okay, and I'm going to say, show me how it works. Except I'm not logged in. Hopefully that won't affect it. I'm supposed to not be logged into WordPress because obviously if I was Mr. Businessman with We Fix Ugly Pools, I wouldn't be logged in, would I? Let me just start this up. Sorry, guys. Okay, so you guys, just before that, it did load there. It said live demo. Okay, so notice the domain. I'm still on poolresurfacingphoenix.com. Okay, if we go back to the Google. I typed in pool resurfacing Phoenix. I'm this guy. I'm We Fix Ugly Pools, but I seen this guy. I want to see what he's going on. I fill out the form, and it says looking good, right, Mr. Business? Time to make it permanent before your competition does. Click here to go all the details, and then the timer's on. He has 5 minutes, but he's seeing his site overlaid on mine. Okay, that's the overlay and the overlay plus. So this is a way to capture the easy and lazy way to capture new people to rent your pages. Rank better than they do and put a nice for rent sign, hang a nice for rent sign. Then this click here to go all details. You could choose inside a local supremacy how you want to handle this aspect. You can send it right to a PayPal button. You can send it to a bit of an intermediary sales page that explains to them what's going to happen. That's up to you. You can do whatever you want, but that's how that works. Now, if you kind of add it all together, what do you do with SERPtech and local supremacy in this talent? You know, you rank hundreds of these things, hundreds, and you put them up for rent automatically. That's just one way to make money, guys. That's just one way. That's like the rank and rent model. Who asked that question, by the way, and does that explain it? Oh, and here's the other thing, guys. I forgot to mention one thing. The reason I was deleting those leads, okay, is pool resurfacing Phoenix is that pop-up is coming out. And what you'll be able to do is go into your leads. There he is, Mr. Business, his email, his phone number, the site that he overlaid, and where you got the lead from also shows up. So you just got an interested person renting your site. Now, if he doesn't rent it for whatever reason, you could always follow up and be like, hey, I noticed you rented my site, or you took a test trial of my overlay. Would you like to do it? So it does collect all the lead data for you as well. Gary, go ahead and report that to support.
All right, everybody, we're about 1 hour into the show here, so if you have any other burning questions, we're gonna get to those.
Can you input your own content to spin in SERPtech? Yes, you can, Lenny. You can put in your own content, you can scrape content, and you can spin it or not. If you want to spin, you do have to have a spin rewriter account. Do we use private registrations? Lee, I do. Jason, do you use private? Hoas?
Yeah, I always do. It comes free anyway, so you can switch it on and switch it off. So
yeah.
Yeah, absolutely. With Namecheap, guys, the first year is always free. And then I think I re-registered today. I think I re-registered about 20 domains. And then the privacy is always there. And some of them were like really cheap. And then some of them were only a couple of dollars for, you know, moving forward. So
Perry just asked a really good question that I kind of want to cover. And he said, what's a good rental fee for renting out these sites? And there's a whole bunch of ways to look at that. If you notice you're getting a ton of traffic, you might want to make it a little bit more expensive. If you want to just be one of those bulk guys that's like, 50 bucks, 50 bucks, 50 bucks. I'm going to do it 500 times at 50 bucks. You know what I mean? You can do that. I think there was another guy. Typically, I was trying to rent my sites out for about $1,000 a month, you know, and it's not easy to do. I was able to do it. I was able to build a really good business doing it. But another guy taught that, you know, just rent out a page for 50 bucks or rent out a site for 200 bucks. It takes us like 2 seconds to build them and rank them, and you can have a $200 per month recurring income over and over and over again. And the thing with 200 bucks is a business owner isn't going to have a problem dropping 200 bucks a month to be #1 in Google for multiple terms. It's just easy. It's an easy sale at a low price. At $200 a month, it's easy to sell. Is it worth it? You know, to you, could you get more for it? Yeah, maybe you could, but maybe you're not interested in you know, being a good salesman. Maybe you're just interested in making fast money. So it's really, really up to you. Yeah, Lenny, just get that business owner to go look at the first page. Like if someone saw, if you said, look, I'm gonna go search, you know, plumber, best plumber Phoenix, and you own the first page, he's gonna love that shit. Oh, it already went over for me. There's the intermediate sales page, actually.
guys, check your chat. I did find another really good, well, not, excuse me, I didn't find. Fred Nelson pointed out another good place to find cities in a radius based on zip code, and that's really cool, really handy to do small regions around, you know, a big city or even, you know, a cool zip code. Another tip came. I just love tips from everybody that's here. Another good tip from Diane. I have not tried this, but she says WG special as a coupon for renewal privacy for 99 cents. So awesome. Thank you, Diane. Sorry for misspelling your name when I put that back out.
There's one question here. Would it be, this is a cool one, Fred, would it be advantageous to go after AdWords advertisers? One thing you're going to guarantee about an AdWords advertiser, that he already has a budget that he's already spending on AdWords. And I can tell you this, that shit ain't cheap. So there's two things to think about there. Number one, that guy's spending a ton of money, and is it getting results? Whereas you could say, look, give me half your AdWords budget, and I'll plaster you all over the first page. So yeah, it's a great idea, Fred. You just have to be a bit of a salesman to pull that off. The easy sales, guys, the easy, lazy, I suck at sales way is what Steven asked me to just show you, and just hang a for rent sign and hope that, you know, it's bait. You're just putting bait out there and hope that a business owner comes along. If you want to push the envelope, you can actually go get the contact info from these sites. What I was doing, and this is in my rank and rent guide, guys, I'll put that in the members area too. What I used to do is email these guys and be like, hey, I found your site by searching for resurfacing pool. My subject line would be like pool resurfacing. Okay, so it looks like I'm actually setting up to ask a question about my pool. And then my email subject would be like, I found your website in Google by searching for pool resurfacing Phoenix. I actually own, the number 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5 results on the first page. Would you be interested in taking over my site? And I just leave it at that. I don't try to sell it. I don't try and do anything. I just create this like kind of messed up email that plays with their brain a little bit, because when they read that, first of all, they're going to open the email because the subject is pool resurfacing Phoenix. Second, they're going to read the email because it is short and the message in there is really powerful. So what do you think they're going to go do next? They're going to go Google that keyword and see if you're full of shit or not. Then they're going to see you ranking the whole first page. What are they going to do next? They're going to want to see your website. They're going to click on it, and then boom, this website's for rent. Would you like a free trial? That's the lazy way of doing things. And it used to work for me. I just don't do it anymore because we develop software now.
Yeah, and just to go on top of that, in the training section of Local Supremacy, if you go to the client onboarding section in the training, there are 3 videos. One that explains the 3 levels of local SEO lead gen. Another really nice bonus, which is a renter explainer sales video you can give to and personalize. You can actually personalize the video on the fly and give it to potential leads. And going on what Herc was just explaining, there's another one. It's called 1, 2, 3 Onboarding an Ironclad Pitch. That's a video where I explain how this is a method I've learned from other professionals, pitch really specific to potential leads. It's very similar to what kind of Herc just explained, but it's just really slowly explained on how we do it step by step in that particular video.
Yeah, and Paul just brought up one thing you could do is start routing phone calls if you wanted to with a whisper message. And what a whisper message is, for those of you who don't know, if my site, Pool Resurfacing Phoenix, had a phone number on it and people called that phone, I could actually forward that phone to the real business like Aquavita Pools. And the whisper message, when Aquavita Pools answered that phone call, the first thing they hear is, hello, this is a new call from poolresurfacingphoenix.com, or some message like that telling them why they're getting the call, and then the caller comes online. So what happens over time is the user's like, why does this frickin' poolresurfacingphoenix.com keep sending me calls? And then eventually you follow up with them and say, hey, listen, I've been sending you free leads. Are you interested in keeping that service going? Because if not, I'm going to just shut it off and kick your ass out the curb.
A good question from Barry here. He's asking if he's building multiple sites for the same locations, is it possible to group them together into one asset so a renter gets an overlay for the locations included in all builds? Yeah, so an asset is basically any collection of URLs, and it doesn't matter if those URLs span multiple domains even. So you can get creative again with that. That's why we build it in a way and calling it assets, because an asset can be a group of URLs on one site, but it can even be a group of URLs on multiple sites.
Yeah, I was just going to kind of set it up for you guys to show it how it could work. So maybe you have a guy, maybe you have Bob Proctor, and he wants to rent a bunch of shit off you, and then you fill out the URLs to be added to your assets. So this could be site 1, site 2, site 3, site 4, site 5. So you can do that, Barry. Sunny J, the Whisper Services is a call tracking service, and just Google call tracking to find out what call tracking is, and that's basically phone call routing from your website to clients' websites, and it tracks all the calls so that it's two-party provable, meaning you can prove it to the people that are buying it, and people that are buying it can see that it's actually happening. Gene, actually, no, I don't. I keep meaning to write something. But if you just watch the webinar on the Keyword Supremacy page, I build 4-page websites like that mesh lawsuit site. If you've ever seen that Keyword Supremacy webinar, I build a tiny 5-page website, and it's a legit AdSense website. And that thing was making like almost $1,000 a month. I actually got hit by Fred, or maybe I shared it too much live and somebody went after it. I'm not sure, but it did eventually tank. But I probably ended up making about $10,000 with that site. It was a 4-page site with AdSense on it. That's the kind of site that you can send real traffic to from all these builds. So if I, for instance, built that meshlawsuitclaims.com, okay, it was a legit site, had AdSense on it, and then I go and build out a bunch of SERPtech style builds, okay, all around it, and then I use local supremacy to overlay the actual AdSense site on all my extra builds. I get all that extra AdSense traffic. I could have really, really scaled up those AdSense earnings by doing that. But I keep sharing my shit live, and it either got hit by Fred or it got hit by because I shared it live. Yeah, JC Gonzalez, I do want to cover that actually, guys. This is a very, 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 very important point, okay? CSV creation for local areas, okay? I want to show you guys that and explain to you why some of you are breaking your sites when you load those things. So let me just load one, okay? I'm going to load this one. Can you guys still see my screen, by the way? Or are we all good there?
Yes.
All right. This is covered in the training, guys, okay? Now, CSVs, comma-separated variables, sheets, they can be either like a text file that you save as a CSV where it's just one row of keywords, but the one that's getting tricky is this one. This is actually a spreadsheet based because it has columns, okay? So this CSV, when you delimit it, let me show you something. If I choose to delimit this with tabs and unselect comma, see how it does commas there? It looks like a CSV. That will not work, okay? You have to have comma delimitation so that you have everything in its own row. Now I'm using openoffice.org, which is an open source free version of Microsoft Word. So for all you Excel users, and I'm not even sure what you use on the Apple side, I use openoffice.org. It is free, but on both that or whether you're using OpenOffice or Excel or whatever, make sure that your location's CSV is comma delimited. It cannot be tab, it cannot be other, it cannot be space, it cannot be semicolon. If you build with one of those other ones, what will end up happening is you'll only have one row built or it will error out. And I've seen that.
You can see how that box changes whenever you select a different delimiter. Take off that now. Yeah, no. Yeah, you see how that's not in, that all of a sudden that doesn't look like, that's columns. Right? Now it knows how to import correctly.
Woo! See that, guys? Give me a 1 if you see this. I really want to hammer this home because it's very, very important. Comma delimited, yes. Separated by commas. It's called delimitation or delimited. Got it. Good, 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 good. Okay. If you're breaking your builds, it's because your CSV is not comma delimited when you save it. Oh yeah, all the CTF thing is also a little bit important. Make sure if you get like weird ass stuff, use UTF-7 or UTF-8. And that's just another right here. Okay, Unicode UTF-7 or 8. That's pretty rare. That's going to happen though. So. Where are we at? Yeah, we're getting close to the end of this webinar, guys. Any more questions? Not about people who already own the software. Anybody that wants to get the software but hasn't had a question answered, now is your time to shine.
Yeah, this is the last one regarding this. Herc, one question I've seen a little bit. The training for kind of, we're actually getting into some really in-depth training now, and it's cool. Well, we wanted to spend a little bit of time on it and answer the questions for all you guys that bought over the weekend and are anxious. All of the new training videos are all now in SERPtech's members area. So please, please, please log in to your SERPtech members area. I think Herc went over this in the beginning, but they're there. So make sure you're watching. They're not that long. There's only a couple of long ones. Most of them are only a few minutes. Yeah, most of them are really short. And furthermore, we are going to be running some more training webinars. And I believe the first one is going to be, I haven't scheduled it yet, but I think we're going to do that tomorrow. Is that okay with you two guys?
It is for me, yeah.
Okay. All right, we're going to pick a time tomorrow afternoon. It won't be this late, okay, guys? It's going to be a little bit earlier in the day because, Jason and Steven are over in Europe, so they're way ahead of us right now. They're early midnight and late in the AM, so we're going to probably do a little bit earlier, but we will record it, and we will put these trainings up in the appropriate members area, stuff like that. So don't worry if we didn't get your technical detail answered today. We are going to have another training webinar tomorrow, and we'll have another one next week as well. We're going to keep doing this until everyone gets a massive grasp on exactly how to use these tools, exactly how to put them into action, and exactly how to make money with them. Sound good, everybody?
Yeah, I do want to expand on that too. I see one question Gary's asking, because one thing that's not really in the training, guys, is how to do the keyword research side of things, and it can be important. So yeah, that's going to be more advanced level training. I'm not going to cover that on public webinars like this one. That will be members only training. Once you're a member, you can come in and Jason especially will show you guys how he does keyword research. I'll show you how I do my keyword research and pull in a bunch of really crazy keywords really fast using free tools as well as paid tools. We'll cover it all, but that's for members only.
Yep. Okay, last chance for anyone on the call who has a question and not in. We'll answer that. You have about 5 minutes left here, and we'll start signing off.
3Pay, guys. 3Pay will be available tomorrow. Same place, same place, same time, but it's night it switches over, guys. So if you guys want the 997, you have to get it tonight by midnight. Okay, this 997 offer is going away. It's turning into a 3Pay.
And it's 897 with 100 off. Okay, 100 OFF, all capital letters. Then it's 897. A good deal. So,
Jeremiah, you can just call me later.
I thought I saw his name. Scroll by. Yeah, link again.
I think that's about it. The link again, guys. Internal. Okay, let's put all these links in one place. Let me do the replay webinars. For anyone that missed and needs that little bit of proof that this thing works, you're going to want to watch webinar 1 and 2. Webinar 1 was the build, webinar 2 was the proof and local supremacy. That is this link going in your chat box right now. Okay, that's webinar 1 and 2. For anybody that wants to purchase, okay, here's that link coming up when I can find it. Okay, that's internal.localsupremacy.com. That will be your link to purchase the products. The coupon is 100 off, and it will be displayed. Why is that coupon on there? I'll put the coupon here or something. Oh no, wait, sorry guys. After you click here, I'll put the coupon there because I'm screwing it up. Look at this.
Yeah, the coupon is displayed after you watch the second webinar as well.
There, that's how you put the coupon in, guys. You come down here to the coupon and you put in the words 100OFF, and it takes $100 off the price. Okay. Thanks, Diane. Oh, you all a beer? That's 4 beers, Steven.
Nice.
During the future training, would like to see how those new tools can be leveraged with other supremacy stuff. Yeah, Clay, we'll cover that in for members. How would you add content to pages after they've been built? It's still WordPress. You can go into any page that you want and change it. After it's built, guys, it's built. Then you can just log into WordPress and go change whatever you want. Stephen, we've already said that multiple times. 3Pay will be available tomorrow. And it's going to be the same thing. I want to stress this again because I know people are going to get this confused because some people aren't here or whatever. The 997 with a $100 coupon at internal.localsupremacy ends tonight. it automatically switches to a 3-pay tomorrow. And we cannot get you the 997 once we, or the coupon and the 997 once we switch over. Because Deal Guardian kind of screwed us. And we will send emails, guys, so make sure, once again, whitelist Project Supremacy, whitelist SERP.tech, whitelist @local Supremacy, whitelist our emails. That's the best way we keep everyone up to date, as well as join the groups, guys. Okay, join Project Supremacy, join SERPtech group, join local group. We always update everybody with everything that's going on in those groups, so there's never really a reason to not know what's going on. All right, no more questions? Thanks, Matt. Total amount of pages to keep under the radar, Bill. Keep your tags at maximum 15. I don't know, I've been building 3 for, Jason's probably more qualified to answer that one. Jason, what's the amount of keywords in cities that you think is pretty safe to build to fly under the radar?
I usually go for 3 states, so all the towns and cities within those states, and then, like you said, you know, maximum 10 to 15 tags per build.
How many keywords do you go after?
To be honest, about 5 to 6 keywords, because obviously what you're going to do is target your main keywords, and then the secondary keywords are going to be your tags anyway. So always choose your tags carefully, because those are going to be the secondary keyword you're targeting. And then, like you said, once those start to kick in, what you'll see is, you know, not taking, you know, one spot, you know, you're taking several spots, if not the whole page, depending on the competition of the search.
And you guys, that'll be covered in a lot more detail once we get into the training webinars that are starting tomorrow. So if you guys haven't bought yet and you want to get into those members only training webinars, first one is tomorrow. So get in tonight and or tomorrow morning with the 3-pay plan, and then you'll be in for that webinar. So once again, thanks Jason and Stephen for coming on. Todd, thanks for coming on, man.
Indeed, indeedy.
No problem.
Con gusto, con gusto. With pleasure.
On the members webinar, no demo.
And absolutely, thank you, Herc.
Yep.
Herc just got here. John just got here. Where's the link? John, where you been, man?
He was the whole webinar, man. Someone pop that link in for him.
Yeah, I got it. Got it right here.
Here you go, John. The link's coming your way. Internal.localsupremacy.com. Internal meaning you are internal to us as one of our members, which is why you're getting better deals.
Yeah, so right now, John, 100 off. Get in for $897. The first month is included, except for $1. And also, we announced that there will be a 3-pay opening up tomorrow morning. We just can't put them both on the same page, and we cannot revert back. So you cannot ask us tomorrow to give you a $100 coupon or change. No, nothing will happen. We can't. It's impossible.
John will cover that in members area trainings.
Yeah, hopefully we'll have this replay up in a few hours, and hopefully a couple so other people can watch it.
Yeah, Carl, we just answered that question too, so maybe you're going to want to watch this replay. Towards the end of the replay is when that question was answered.
Yep. All right,
and
guys.
in the members area, we'll cover it.
Yep. All right, everybody have a great evening, morning, or afternoon, and we'll catch you next time. Take care. Have a great.
Bye, guys.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
Bye.